Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome. It's nice to see faces and hear voices ready to celebrate. Some visitors from the region of Tennessee. Welcome, folks. Nice to have you. Texas is in the house, so that's nice. And from other places, far, far away. Melissa, yell at everyone and no, speak kindly to everyone out there and tell them to come in for Shabbat services. We're starting with our little reggae theme. It's going to be appropriate as people walk in the door because we say as we enter the synagogue, what? Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov. How lovely are your tents, O Jacob. Shabbat Shalom. Again, welcome to Shalom Macon from wherever you are. We're happy to have you. May this day be a day of peace and blessing for us all. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Ma tovu olecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Tohu olecha Yaakov, miskenotecha Yisrael. Va'ani berov chazdecha avo betecha. How lovely are your tents, O Jacob, your dwelling place is Israel. As for me, in your awesome love and grace, I come into your house. I'll bow down in your holy sacred place. In all of you, I'll bow down. I'll bow down in your awesome holy place. In all of you, my tohu olecha Yaakov, miskenotecha Yisrael. Va'ani berov chazdecha avo betecha. Last night at your Shabbat table, you welcomed some guests. Maybe they were in person, but maybe they were angelic beings, and this is how you greeted them. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharei, Malachei Yoyon, Mi Melech Malachei.
Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharei, Malachei Yoyom, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. That's it. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharei, Malachei Yoyom, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharei, Malachei Yoyom, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharei, Malachei Yoyom, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Boakel Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Yoyom, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Boakel Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Yoyom, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Boakel Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Yoyom, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Amida Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Yoyom, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Amida Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Yoyom, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Amida Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Kadosh.
Oh, the other one.
Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Oy HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seidhem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Yoyom, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Seidhem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Yoyom, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Seidhem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Oy HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Let's keep the Bob Marley vibe going. We'll play it in the right rhythm. Here it is, though.
Oh, say Shalom Biroma, say Shalom Aleinu. Oh, say Shalom Biroma, say Shalom Aleinu.
You got it?
Oh, say Shalom Biroma, say Shalom Aleinu. Oh, say Shalom Biroma, say Shalom Aleinu. Oh, say Shalom Biroma, say Shalom Aleinu. Say Shalom, say Shalom, Shalom Aleinu. V'yavko Yisrael, say Shalom. Say Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'yavko Yisrael. Oh, say Shalom Biroma, say Shalom Aleinu. Oh, say Shalom Biroma, say Shalom Aleinu. Oh, say Shalom Biroma, say Shalom Aleinu. Say Shalom, say Shalom, Shalom Aleinu. V'yavko Yisrael. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Hi. This is one of the beautiful sections of the Hallel from Psalm 118. Very simple words. O Lord, save us, deliver us. O Lord, let us prosper. We suffered a tragedy this week in our country in Washington, D.C. These two young, beautiful Jewish souls were taken. And there really are no explanations for the hatred other than something deeply spiritual, which forces us to consider things on a deeply spiritual level, which is what Rabbi Nachman, he said, even in a concealment within a concealment, even when the times are dark and confusing, the Lord, may he be blessed, is certainly there. And behind the difficult things that stand before you, he says, I stand. I stand.
אפילו בהסתרה שבתוך ההסתרה בוודאי גם שם נמצא אשר גיברה ואפילו בהסתרה שבתוך ההסתרה בוודאי גם שם נמצא השם יתברך. אוי אוי אוי, גם מאחרי הדברים הקשים העומדים עליך, אני אומר, אני אומר, אני אומר, גם מאחרי הדברים הקשים העומדים עליך, אני אומר, אני אומר, אני אומר, ואפילו בהסתרה שבתוך ההסתרה בוודאי גם שם נמצא השם יתברך. ואפילו בהסתרה שבתוך ההסתרה בוודאי גם שם נמצא השם יתברך. אוי אוי אוי, גם מאחרי הדברים הקשים העומדים עליך, אני אומר, אני אומר, אני אומר, גם מאחרי הדברים הקשים העומדים עליך, אני אומר, אני אומר, אני אומר, גם מאחרי הדברים הקשים העומדים עליך, אני אומר, אני אומר, אני אומר, גם מאחרי הדברים הקשים העומדים עליך, אני אומר, אני אומר, אני אומר.
These are the words of the Haftorah today from Jeremiah. It's a very special song, words, very special words. This was a song that somebody wrote for my dad in 2004 when he was going through stage 4 lymphoma. And from that moment forward, it has been a comfort for many, many people that I've known. So if you are a person in need of healing, today this one is for you.
Heal me and I shall be healed, oh Lord. Save me and I shall be saved, your word. For you are my way. You are my praise. You are my rock, my God. Righteous and just are you, O Lord, without complaint and content with you. You let me plead and reason my case before your throne of honor and truth. So heal me and I shall be healed, oh Lord. Save me and I shall be saved at your word. For you are my praise, and you are my way, and you are my rock, my God. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm, to give you a hope and a future to live. Just by my hand and my outstretched arm, heal me and I shall be healed, oh Lord. Save me and I shall be saved at your word. You are my praise, you are my way, you are my rock, my God. Come pray to me, and I will hear your prayer. Come pray to me, and I will hear your prayer. Come pray to me, and I will hear your prayer. Come pray to me, and I will hear your prayer. Come pray to me, and I will hear your prayers. Oh, come pray to me, and I will hear your praise. So heal me, and I shall be healed, oh Lord. Save me, and I shall be saved at your word. For you are my praise, and you are my way, and you are my rock, my God. For you are my praise, and you are my way, and you are my rock, my God. Come pray to me, and I will hear your prayer. Come pray to me, and I will hear your prayer. Come pray to me, and I will hear your prayer. Come pray to me, and I will hear your prayer.
Let's stand together, my friends.
Ya-la-lai, ya-la-lai-lai. Ya-la-lai, ya-la-lai-lai. Ya-la-lai, ya-la-lai-lai. Ya-la-lai, ya-la-lai-lai. Baruch Hu es Adonai. Chamevorah. Baruch Adonai Havorah. Leolam vaed. Leolam. 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 Vaed. Yalalai.
You may be seated. We declare together the watchword of Israel. Most of our visitors here are from the South. Texas is the South. Tennessee is the South. So you'll do the Southern Shama just right. Here we go.
The Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Blessed is the name of His glorious King. Blessed is His name for all eternity. Blessed is the name of His glorious kingdom for all eternity. For all eternity. Yeshua, He is my Messiah. He is Lord of all. Yeshua, He is my Messiah. He is Lord of all. He is Lord of all. Lord of all, yeah.
Let's stand together. Beautiful section of the service in the traditional Shakri prayers. And a very beautiful section here as we lift our voices for the Amida.
Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Oh, open my lips, open my lips, open my lips. Open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Declare your praise. Declare your praise. Declare your praise. Adonai, Sfatai Tiftach.
To the God who is faithful through all the generations. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov,
האל הגדול הגיבור וחנורה, אל עליון גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות, ומביא גואל לבני בניהם למען שמו באחווה. מלך עוזר משיח ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם.
The God who is faithful to resurrect the dead.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה מתים אתה ורב לחושיע, מוריד אתה, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמנתה לך חיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני בחיי המתים.
To the Holy One of Israel seated above the heavens.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Mimkomcha Malkeinu, Tofia, Tzilo Aleinu, Kinechakim Anaknu Lach, Ay, 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 Matai, Tikilo, Betzion. Le'ameinu, le'olam va'ed tishkon, titgadal ותיקדש, תוך ירושלים עירך, תורתו נצח נצחים, איי איי איי, ואלינו צירנה מלכותך. על ידי דוד, משיח צדקך.
The God who is faithful to give us this day of rest and refreshing.
ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
To the God restoring his presence to Zion.
ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר שכינתו לציון.
To the God whose name is good, who is worthy of all thanksgiving.
ברוך אתה אדוני הטוב שמך ולחנאי להודות.
To the Father of every good and perfect gift that comes down, who is worthy of all. No, yeah, he is worthy of all gratitude, but he also gives us peace, which is really nice, and that's what this is.
שים שלום טובה וברכה, חיים חן וחסד ורחמים, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יא לה 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 ושלום, וטוב יהיה בניך לברכנו ולברך את כל עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה, יא לה 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 יא לה לה לה
Bishlomecha. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I skipped. Sorry. Go for it. I don't know where we are, so. Orchenu avinu kulanu ke'echad yalalai yalalai bor panecha ki bor panecha natata lanu yalalai yalalai Adonai Eloheinu Torat chaim v'chavat chesed ustaka uvracha v'rachamim v'chaim yalalai v'shalom B'tov yeh v'necha levachenu uvarech et kol amcha Yisrael b'chol et uv'chol shah yalalai yalalai b'shlomecha baruch atah Adonai hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. I gotta teach Lance a better look than that. When I'm off, I can feel it out of the corner of my eye. It's not, it's just a, and it doesn't help me at all because all I know is I've done something wrong. I don't know what it is. I just feel it. When you pray, pray like this. Avinu Shabbat Shamayim Yikadeshecha Tavo Machutecha Yeyaseh Ritzonecha Kasher Bashamayim Gam Ba'aretz Elamenu Lemachar Ten Lanu Hayom Ubechor Lanu Al Chovoteinu Kasher Bechavnu Gam Ananu Lechayaveinu Yal Tziviyenu Lidei Sayom Ye'im Tatzilenu Min Hara Ki Lecha Mamlecha Ve'agevura Lecha Tiferet Leholei Olamim Amen. For the sake of our Master Yeshua, and His merit and His virtue, may the sayings of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be favorable, be favorable, be favorable. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, the King of the universe, who has given us the way of salvation in Messiah, Yeshua. Amen. You may be seated. Thank you to all who support the work of Shalom Macon as builders and not bystanders. You can give your gifts there at that link and set that up automatically so that it happens without even thinking about it on Shabbat. If you are giving in person, there is a tzedakah box by Jessica there in the corner. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat. Shalom.
Shalom, good morning. And Rabbi, we know you were just a little nervous because Boaz is here today. That's fine. Oh, it is so great to see a house full, and what a day we have going on here today. But first off, we'd like to welcome Josh C. from Globe, Arizona, joining us today. The Price family has moved, and they are now in Monroe, Michigan, and thank you for joining us today. Jaylyn Hahn from North Carolina, Dennis and Rita from Brighton, Michigan, and Labid bin Assam from India joining us today. Thank y'all so much. We have people from Quebec, India, Japan, Canada, UK, Malaysia, Singapore, and all points in between the coast and the borders of the United States. So thank y'all so much. We got a lot going on today. No Torah Club or Kids Hebrew today. Why? Caleb Schoenwald wanted to interrupt the whole day, so today at 2 p.m. we will be showing this live online as well. Caleb Schoenwald will be having his bar, not bot, Abraham. And I believe this is our first bar Abraham here at Shalom Macon. So what it's a historic day. And with all that's going on today, so please join us for that. Oh yeah, and if you would like to send a gift, you can send it to my house and carry me. No. If you online would like to send a gift, you can send one. Attention to Linda and mark what it is. You know, so and she will get it to him. There will be no Torah on tap tonight. We will resume next month because Caleb's interrupting the whole day. But the ladies will meet at Farm Fresh Field, at Field Cut Flower Farm tomorrow at 9:30. So ladies, even though your men aren't sneaking out tonight, you can still sneak out tomorrow and go spend the day with them. If you need information, get with Suzanne Rogers, and she will take care of you. So that will be at 9:30. And where is Field Cut Farm? Field Cut. Okay, so it's in Macon. Okay, so it won't take you hours to get there, ladies. So you don't have to get up at 5 a.m. and leave. So, all right, and then coming up, we have Shavuot next week, starting up Friday night. So exciting times, and that'll run through next Monday. And then you leave at 11 or 1 p.m. and we're done after Monday. But then coming up on the tail end of that is a bat mitzvah. I had to make sure I got that right. For our own Ailey Slater. So make your plans for that, to be here for that. We are looking forward to that. And then by June 10th, we need graduation pics. If you have someone who is graduating from college or high school or middle school or whatever, send us a picture, preferably a headshot, so that we can post it on here, and we will be doing something for that on June 14th. And then, speaking of pictures, Rabbi will talk about that. So, and speaking of the Shavuot, we will have a email going out with waivers for the young folks as parents to sign to be able to play on the bouncy houses and things like that. So get that in as soon as you can. And then Camp the Road is coming up at the end of the month. Fun times, fun times. So you have a few more days to sign up. And a big happy birthday to Todd Rogers, who is turning 26 again today. And to Jarrett Reagan on Monday, who will be turning 36. And then coming up, we have Camp Zadi coming up, and we're going to have a silent auction. And she's going to tell us all about it. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, y'all. So we have about 8 young adults who are going up to Camp Zadi with FFOZ this year. So if all of you who are here, we all come up just so people can see your faces. And then we also have people who are volunteering. So if you're volunteering and want to show your face too, can y'all come up as well? So each of these kids have been working actually to earn money in order to be able to go, and we're still short some funds, so we decided to do a silent auction. And so that's gonna go online tomorrow. And so if you want to be a part of sending these kids and even more, up to Romeo, Michigan to be a part of a Messianic Jewish camp this summer, we invite you to come online to the auction. I'll post all the things on Shalom Macon tomorrow. It opens at 12 o'clock and we'll run it through the end of Shavuot. So if someone, actually we'll cut it off before Shavuot. So if somebody comes into town, they can take stuff back with them if they want to do that. So anyway, here are the young adults who are going to be a part and who are going to serve. So anyway, this is a way our community can come and support the next generation. So, yeah.
Some of those young people yesterday were here earning money for their Zadi trip by spreading 10 cubic yards of mulch in the playground to create a nice, soft landing zone for kids. So they're working hard because guess what? It's about responsibility. It's about discipline. It's about earning your way places. All right, so I got to make one quick announcement. It's relatively complicated to do it, though. I'll tell you the story as I do it. In 2019 or 20, when COVID came along, and all of a sudden we found people on Zoom that were with us, and that number started growing. And so one day, I got this idea. I didn't get the idea. Dina Price had this idea. And she said, we don't ever feel like we're really, like we want to be with you guys. Over the TV screen, it's not really quite the same. And so she had this idea, which ties in with my idea now of the picture wall at Shalom Macon. Here's what showed up in the mail. That's Robert Schlosser. This is from 2019, Carrie and Dina Price. And every morning when we would have Shakrit services, when the whole world was shut down and they were there and we were here, we'd put their little cutouts right here in the front row and they'd be with us for Shakrit services. So it was actually kind of Dina's inspiration for this that made Kelly think of this Shalom wall. And the idea that the whole point is we want to know you. We don't want you to be behind a camera. I'm talking to you. We don't want you to be behind just a camera. We want you to feel like you're a part of the community. We've already gotten about, 10 or 12, which is better than the 2 we had initially. But as Blake said last week, we had 200 households live streaming with us. And I know some of you are here every single week. So I'm issuing you this invitation once again, and this is the last dramatic appeal I'm going to make. to go on to the website or wherever the link is. It's shalommacon.org/something. Where's that slide? I forgot. /gallery? I don't remember. Anyway, we want you to do that. And when we come for Shavuot next week, when people show up, we're going to have that wall of our Shalomies that are joining in the celebration with us. Now I'd like to invite you three to come up. I'm just kidding. I love it. Kids, let's go to Shabbat school. Is it her first birthday? So we're celebrating a little 1-year-old birthday today for Okalani. Yisimcha Elohim ke Ephraim v'chi Menashe. May the Lord make you like Ephraim and Menashe. Yisameach Elohim ke Sarah Rivka Rachel Valea. May the Lord make you like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Father, we thank you for the opportunity that you give us to raise up a generation of disciples. And you pray for their parents. Of course, we pray for them. We pray for this community that we will be a guiding light to raise them up strong. Yivorechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha yo'er Adonai ponav elecha v'yihuneka yis Adonai ponav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. All right. You can go find your parents and go to class. Oh. I should have opened this before they left. Clean your room. Do your homework. Did you feed the dog? Have you done any of the things that I asked you to do? What are you going to do with your life? I don't care what your friends are doing. When you live under this roof, you will do it my way. If any of that sounded familiar, congratulations. You've just heard the universal soundtrack of growing up. Whether you have children or not, you were once a kid, and which means you probably had parents or guardians who likely had an overwhelming obsession to turn you into a responsible adult. I remember sitting at our kitchen table many, many times, usually as a teenager, what would be called a character building discussion. Really meant I was in very bad trouble again. My dad would lean forward with that look and say, Damien, our job is not to make you happy. We are not here to be your friends. It is our job to make you responsible. Sorry. I'm still working on it. At 16, as I continued down my path of pursuing fun at all cost, it seemed that my parents were committed to another job, which was just to make my life absolutely as miserable as possible and take all of my fun away from me. Now, having raised my own children, many times I find those exact words had come out of my mouth as if my dad had implanted some type of time-lapse capsule in my brain that as soon as I became a parent to teenage kids, it was like, I'm not here to be your friend. Wait, my dad said that to me. I said I'd never say that. Looking back on those years, I can see how it passes down from my parents to me to my own kids. I still have conversations with my own adult children about this idea, this inheritance that continues its journey through all of us. Please be responsible. And it makes me wonder, of all the virtues that parents could instill in their children and set above all things, virtue, kindness, creativity, ambition, faith, why does responsibility get the top billing? What makes this particular trait so universally important that parents across the cultures, generations, and eons lose sleep over whether or not their children will end up responsible? To answer that, we kind of need to ask what a parent's job is. What is a parent's job? Is it to love unconditionally? To provide food and shelter and an embarrassing number of stupid stories when you bring a girl over that you like to take her out on a date? Is it to teach values, to prepare children for independence, to teach kids to love God, to worship? All of those things are amazing. They're all great. And if you ask 10 parents, you'll get 15 different answers. But all of the answers generally fall under the umbrella of, I want to raise a good person. I want my child to become a responsible adult. And even if you don't have children, you had parents, that was probably their intention for you as well. It's universal. But what does responsible actually mean? Why is it so important that today, I'll take away your screen privileges. We have charts with golden stars and chores and all the things to instill this single quality. A better question might be, what does any of this have to do with us? We are not, most of us anyway, children. Some of you are in here, and I'm glad you're not children, you're teenagers, and you need to hear this. But it turns out, obviously, for most of us, thankfully, our parents did a pretty good job. We're here. We probably drove here. That means we probably have an income, and we have a house and food and shelter. Some of us have a family. We're living like a responsible life. But it turns out that many of us are still on the quest to understand and live the full measure of responsible living. And that is what we work on at this time of year and other times of year, hopefully every day, but at least in the Jewish calendar, multiple times through the year, a time when we consider our behavior, our personality, our custom, our habits. There is a Hebrew term, achrayut. Say it. Achrayut. Achrayut. You know what it means? Responsibility. That's what we're talking about. And I don't mean, would you get a haircut and look like or getting a job? Much, much more than that. The achrayut is about living responsibly in the most important area of your life. And I've talked about it many, many times already over the Omer journey. There is nothing more important in your life than your relationships. Nothing more important than your relationships. And part of the privilege of being in healthy relationships depends in large degree on your ability to be responsible to yourself and to others. And you might be thinking to yourself right now, is he really actually going to give me, a grown adult, actually a room full of adults, a message about responsibility? I mean, look at my life. I'm gainfully employed. I'm happily married. I'm raising a beautiful family, or did. I have a nice retirement account. I never raise my voice to anyone. That's great. Wonderful. That seems pretty responsible. But I'm going to allow ancient Hebrew to actually teach us a much fuller picture of what it means to be a responsible disciple of Yeshua. And my hope is in the end, even you responsible, good folks, will find something to learn from it. Because it turns out that Hebrew word, achrayut, can teach us some pretty incredible things about responsibility. Unpacking this term reveals a couple of aspects of responsibility that we may think about it, maybe not. There's a chapter in Alan Morinus' very, very famous book that's called Everyday Holiness about achrayut. Jewish tradition, musar, ethics, Jewish ethics. It offers a very interesting dissection of the word achrayut. You say these two words with me now. Achar, acher. Achar means after. Acher means other. And there is an argument of sorts, if you can believe that, within Judaism, about what might actually be the root of the word achrayut. Is it from achar, meaning after, or is it from acher, meaning other? What do you think the answer is? Yes. Yes. So the question, though, is, which is a better interpretation, and what are we supposed to learn from it? Okay? The first dimension, as I said, achar, it means after. What does that have to do with responsibility? You should be able to put this together, but I'm going to make it very easy. Responsibility's primary definition in this way of thinking, when we look at the root of achrayut as being achar, is this: have the courage to own the consequences of your behavior. You made the mess, clean it up. This is about facing your messes, taking responsibility when things go wrong, and there is an epidemic in humanity of people who are unwilling to do it. They are unwilling to step up to the plate when they make a mistake, and the problem goes way back, like literally way back, to that famous brother who said, like Alfred E. Newman, "Who, me? What did I do? What? Am I my brother's keeper?" You know who I'm talking about, right? Good. Because that's in the beginning of the Bible. I think you've probably at least gotten that far in. It means that we're willing to accept the consequences of what we do. What comes after our actions? Achar. Absolutely central to relationships. But responsibility actually goes far beyond facing the messes we've already made. Part of responsibility is to learn, to own failure, to repair them and acknowledge them and say, I made this mess, I'll clean it up, and I will do my very best that after this, I won't do it again. You see all that after in there? All that responsibility. It's about preparing and learning to avoid them and being responsible. And this is what we're talking about in the Omer journey. Reflect, repair, replace. Reflect on what needs to be repaired, do it, and replace the behavior. That way, you are acting more responsibly. We're learning how to take responsibility for our own messes. That process develops spiritual and emotional discipline, which is actually a really good definition of responsibility. I am spiritually and emotionally responsible. There are other kinds of responsibility, financial responsibility or discipline, financial discipline, physical discipline. There's a lot of different kinds, but nothing more important in your relationships than your spiritual and emotional discipline. And as I've mentioned, Judaism is very, very intentional about making relationships the primary focus of your spiritual efforts. It's not to ascend to the seventh heaven and have a vision of God and the chariot. That's not really the focus in Judaism. It's about making things right and peaceful between you and your brothers. Well, that's not Jewish. That's Jesus taught that. You're right. Because Jesus was Jewish, there's a series about this. It's kind of a premise around here. The responsibility requires developing this discipline to say, I was wrong. After something happens, I was wrong. I made a mistake. I will take responsibility. I will make that good. And these are perhaps some of the hardest words for humanity to say. Why is it? Why blame others? You didn't remind me. Minimize it. Come on, it's not that big of a deal. or to justify. Well, you would have done the exact same thing. Deflect. Well, you've made mistakes too. This is the difference between being emotionally and spiritually disciplined to own your failures after the fact. Learning to step up, and it's sorely lacking in humanity. And you can see why it makes sense then that Musar makes this beautiful connection that says, you want to be responsible? Be responsible for what comes after what you did. Own it. But there's another good case made, and it's the other root meaning, as I mentioned, acher, the other. And the second dimension of responsibility, this school of thought comes and says, very simply, we don't live in isolation. We live in a community with obligations to those around us. This is why we don't find in Judaism the idea of monasticism and asceticism and separating yourself unless you're in Qumran. But that's not responsible. You can't live with your head in the sand. It's not fulfilling any kind of mitzvah. As a matter of fact, the first commandment said, be fruitful and be what is it? Be fruitful and multiply. That, yeah, it's a good thing. It's fun. That's a responsibility that God gives you right out of the chute. Be fruitful and be fruitful and multiply, man. That's one of the things your parents really wanted you to be when they wanted you to be a responsible adult. They wanted you to be a contributor to society, someone who knows how to treat people, how to serve. Your parents wanted their little baby to be someone who made a difference. That's what they wanted from you. That was responsibility. At the beginning of the teaching, listen, I said there are plenty of people who see themselves as responsible. All their ducks are in a row. Every aspect, all the pieces are right. They've responsibly handled every aspect of their life. They consider the consequences of every word that comes out of their mouth. They're peaceful and wonderful. They're responsible for themselves, for the after, but have missed or never had the other. I taught earlier this year from Rabbi Hillel's famous words in Pirkei Avot, when he says, if I am not for myself, who will be for me? But if I am only for myself, what am I? This is responsibility according to the Musar definition. The after is, yeah, I gotta be responsible for myself. The other is quite plainly, if I'm only for me, what am I? There was a famous yeshiva run by a rabbi named Simcha Zissel Ziv, and there were no employees in the yeshiva. It was only students. And the higher up you got in your education and your status, the more menial your jobs became. The more you achieved, the harder and lower the work that you did. And one of the mottos of the school was, do not go a single day without doing something for someone else, whether directly, through financial help, or through encouraging words. Can you imagine a world where everyone woke up every day with the other in mind? Does it happen often? It does. I'm not that big of a pessimist, but that standard in your life, does it exist? It's a question. It's hard. This isn't a nice little project or ideal. It's a tikkun olam job. It's a repairing the world thing. And I know that there is a tendency when people hear these messages and they say, here we go again. Now I got to hear about going to Bolivia and building an orphanage or selling everything I own. Or that doesn't have to be your calling. That doesn't have to be your task of responsibility. That's not really what we're talking about. Yeshua taught in the Sermon on the Mount, not about grand gestures, but about little things, about giving your cloak if someone needed it, about being generous if someone needed it. to a neighbor who needs encouragement. Or, I mean, we were eating lunch yesterday, and the guy I was with, a lady was struggling to put up an umbrella. His deed for the day. You need help with that? I really do. Okay, let me fix it. Check it off. Not that we're going through a checklist of things, but this is about responsibility to the world, to the other. And I know that the self-help movement often gets criticized for being self-absorbed, but you know what the real purpose of self-help is? This is going to sound like a trick question. Do you know what self-help does? It helps you help yourself. Why? So that you can be a more responsible and productive, functional adult in the world to serve the other. When you are broken and battered and damaged, you can't do it. But once you own that through a little self-help and some spirit help, you change. As Paul wrote, listen, as far as it depends on me, I'll live at peace with everyone. Paul's words, as far as it depends on me, the language of responsibility. I can't control what anyone else does. I can only control what I am responsible for, both here, not always here. You can't control your thoughts, but you can control your reaction. You can control what happens after you have a thought. And this is what we've been practicing on this journey throughout the Omer. Gradual refinement of character. We're showing up for others. Each attribute, each attribute, our patience, our compassion, our humility, our seeing the good, all this stuff. There's a third dimension, though, that I want to just throw in very quickly about the after, the other, and the ever after. Happily ever? No, that's something else. There's a third dimension that affects our after. There is, we believe, certainly a lifetime of eternity to come, right? Of course, Jewish tradition, Olam Haba, the world to come. This should add very profound considerations to your achrayut, to your responsibility. Profound weight. Our responsibility extends not just to the immediate consequences of the after here or to the other, but all these things, Yeshua makes it clear, they add up in the world to come. That's a big after. And your here affects your after. We don't shy away in Judaism at all from the idea that our actions have reward and punishment in the world to come. That's never a reason. It's not a reason to do good. You don't do good just because you expect something for it. That is what the many actually opinions refer to as a weak personality. Someone who only moves for reward or fear of punishment. I do good because I'm just scared. That's also not good. We do it because it's in us. We are responsible. And so this idea of, we talked last week, every careless word, Yeshua said in Matthew 12. Every careless word. And so often those careless words come after someone has said something to you, after the other has sucked you into falling down into something, and you go, right? No, that's not responsible. And that has a consequence in the ever after. The after, the other, and the ever after. It transforms a lot when we think of this responsibility. We don't work and live and do all these things just to hear, well done, good and faithful servant someday. We're actually going to have to live as faithful servants on earth to be able to hear that. So, what does a life full of responsibility look like? It's certainly one that embraces all of those dimensions. Accept responsibility for yourself, for goodness sakes. Accept responsibility, consequences, own actions, make amends and do it quickly, and when we fail, own it. Develop the discipline from there to make better choices. This is so basic and so cliche, and I understand. I mean, even as I'm writing it and giving it, I'm thinking, everyone knows this. I know. Do it. Responsibility toward others. Absolutely, actively seek to serve and support other people in whatever way you can. It does not have to be building an orphanage or giving away $1 million. And you have a responsibility with an eternal perspective to, of course, understand that every choice, think about it, every choice, every word has a matter. You are responsible for that in the world to come. This is why parents are obsessed with teaching their kids to be responsible. They intuitively understand without a foundation, this doesn't work. This is why we spend time in Judaism over and over and over again talking about these things and working on them and having cheshbon hanefesh and soul accounting and all these things, because actually all those things culminate in just being responsible. Achrayut in 3 aspects. Our parents were right. Thank you for the character building discussions. Teenagers, where are you? All of you, I see you, teenagers. You have a responsibility to listen to your parents. Of course, you know that. But I want you to internalize these things and recognize what it means to accept consequences, to never brush things off on someone else. Just start accepting it. Look for opportunities to serve other people and understand what it means to be a disciple with his eyes or her eyes at least focused on the kingdom and what happens there. And when we embrace all of these dimensions, all of us, something happens. Our yay is our yay, our nay is our nay. We have integrity, we're forgiving, and we're just so much better. Moses challenged those Israelites. Choose life. You have a responsibility to choose life and blessing. Make it active. Do it. So let me ask you directly, and then we'll close. When you consider responsibility in these dimensions, the after, the other, the ever after, how are you doing? I hope you're doing great. That will bode well for me in the kingdom of God because you're sitting under the teacher who's I'm just kidding. Jeez, I'm totally kidding. How willing are you at this point in your life to acknowledge responsibility? There are people who go through their entire life never able to do it. It's always someone else's fault. It's always, well, they did. Just try it. And I don't think anyone in here is probably on that level, but on a small level, you might be. Try it. How willing are you? How willing are you to commit to the work of reflecting and repairing and replacing all those behaviors? How ready are you to fully invest in yourself so that you might completely invest in the other? All of these things. Yeshua was really big on this topic, you know. He really was. You call yourself a disciple. That's what they do. And one of the founders, or the founder, one of them, of Musar, Rabbi Israel Salanter, said, first, a person should put his house together, then his town, then his world. That's a responsible calling. So as we approach Shavuot and the culmination of all this work and the giving of the Torah, which is our ultimate document of responsibility, it's a divine gift, but it's about responsibility. From the perspective of achrayut, after, other, ever after. We're a week away from the Omer. We still have time to make whatever changes we want to make and whatever we're willing to commit to and whatever we are willing to take responsibility for. Make a difference. Leave the world better than you found it. And I pray that this week, as we count our last few days of the Omer, will be a time of incredible elevation. Shabbat Shalom. Let's stand together.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת חיום וחשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחתנו. ונאמר וחיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד. On that day, the Lord will be one, and his name will be one. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you his peace. B'Shem Yeshua. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha. Yo'er Adonai ponav elecha v'yihuneka. Yisa Adonai ponav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Caleb will be celebrating at 2 o'clock. There is a nice oneg that's sponsored in advance of him doing good, so you better do good. Just kidding, you're going to do great. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.